Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Jeremy. Maybe you're wondering why I'm lying on a bed. Well, it depends on when you're seeing this. This is either going to go up as a 450 sub special or as 12 days in Arabic in December. But, you've seen the title. I'm going to record as many videos as I can in one day. Now, here are the rules. A, it has to be an actual recording. It can't just be like this. This does not count as any of them, so I'm not counting it. I want it to be a lower number than what it actually is, so even if it is a higher number, it's a bit more impressive. And two, I have to render them out as well, so that makes everything a bit harder. So basically, say I make a Minecraft hardcore or Minecraft skywalk video, it isn't going to count unless it's been rendered out in Vegas Pro, background music and all. Now, yeah, I know, I don't look too great on my phone camera, but hey, the autofocus isn't awful like on my webcam. But, before we get into it, shout out to this video's sponsor, G Fuel. That's right, chances are I'm going to end up using this about 3 recordings in. I'm not going to tell you how many recordings I've done, but I will check in every now and then and give you like subtle hints to how many I've done, and at the very end, so you should stick around for that or just skip to the 10-minute mark, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go and record things. For those wondering where we are actually in the channel's history, gotta get uncomfortably close to the camera there for a second. We've just finished Shenmue 1, so I'm thinking we start Shenmue 2 today. I have just patched the game to be fully widescreen, and it is currently 10:27 AM, so pretty cool. Actually, we got some ads in the background, boys. But yeah, I'm thinking, if I had to guess, I'd say 7 videos isn't out of the realm of possibility. I'm not going to record like completely individual things, but I am just going to record videos. So I do want to have a decent balance. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be even. I might record 3 Shenmue 2 videos for all I care, because I might get hooked on that game. And also today is the last day before I go back to college, so I want to have a bunch of stuff ready to throw at people whenever to keep the daily streak. And also it kind of, it kind of keeps momentum going almost. So say, I don't know, my schedule gets messed up in college, then I have some stuff to throw at them. And ideally, again, that's part of the rendering stuff, it can just go up that day, thumbnail, description, title, we're done. Anyway, I will see you, probably after I finish recording the first game. Might be 1, 2, 3 recordings. You won't know, but you can tell by the look on my face how drained of energy I am. Well, would you look at that, eh? Eh? Well, I'll just say, so it's just hit 1 PM right now. I am planning on going and getting my lunch, and once that's finished exporting, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go get my lunch once it's finished, or while it's still going. I don't want to export 2 videos back to back. I have obviously recorded Shenmue 2. Ran into a few problems while recording. Today's just been a day full of problems, and I'm not that many videos in. I'm probably tied for most videos recorded. I think the highest very high ball is like 5 at the highest. So I want to aim for 7, because then I have a full week's worth of content for when I go back to college. I'm trying to think of like experimenting with those types of videos. I'm thinking maybe I just do another Portal 2 video for a laugh. And, I can have, I suppose that'll count, but it'll be like for next year when I go on holiday. I'm probably doing those throughout the year actually, but just in case like I start getting burned out of the games that I'm doing. Because again, I only have so many games I can play. I don't fancy starting Zero Time Dilemma today, if at all. Not sure when that's going to go out, but yeah, so I ran into some problems. A, Shenmue 2, as you saw, exporting. Save didn't transfer over, so all my money and like mementos and all that stuff, and that was all gone from the first game. Got to figure out why that is and get back to where I was. And that's the thing for another day though, because I had to look at that. That's kind of why I started rendering, so I could look into it without having to constantly be recording. And the second thing, arguably quite funny, is I realised I messed up the Let's Go to the City playlist, in the sense that, the most recent video, which I think was number 72, had 73 in the title, and it was missing 2 videos from the actual playlist, so I had to go through and resort that. And besides that, yeah, we're doing good. The 3 videos I did record were okay. Another one was Sonic 06. Those are the only 2 that I'm going to say I've done. I'm probably going to bleep out the number I just said, because I just remembered what I said. Yeah, so we're at a decent amount done. Probably gonna hit, again, I think I made a prediction before, I think I'm gonna hit 7 or 8 by the end of the day. Because I think I can roll 2 videos at most per hour. Typically like 2 point something if I'm doing them back to back to back, but I think on average every 2 hours I get about 3 videos done. So that should give you an idea. It is 1 PM right now, so I'm probably gonna go get some lunch. But yeah, I just thought I'd update you once I've done the first batch of videos and had the first one exporting. I did say I've got certain points of the day where it's unavoidable that I won't be able to record, so I'm going to use those to like render things out. And I think I'm also going to try and get a bunch of stuff recorded before like 5:30 when most of my family get home. So these next 4.5 hours are probably going to be ham on recording. And then once they're home and I'm obviously like eating and whatnot or going to piano lessons later today, it's just going to be, okay, I'll render something while I'm out. And I probably need to pre-edit some stuff in case I end up leaving early. But I think I've got it down. I think. And yeah, I'm going to cut this. I'm not sure when I'm going to come back, but I'll come back when I've got some either good news or bad news or the video's ended. Okay, it's now been over 12 hours since we started this now. It's now 10:43 PM. And yeah, I've recorded all the videos I'm going to record today. I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze one more in. I'll probably just have them exploring. I think one might run slightly over midday. And yeah, seriously, I just wanted to have my thoughts out on like how today went. As you can see, I am kind of dead behind the eyes, but I think it went good. I'm not going to say how many videos it was until the full part, but it was good, like real good. You know, after this, I'm gonna dismantle 3DS tomorrow once I'm out of college. I'm gonna put my little button in, and I am not going to record a ridiculous amount of videos and export them. They are all going to be exported before midnight. Like, I cannot stress today. I'll give unspecific details, but it was a very high number. Oh, there was only one game that I took 2 videos of, just because I was like, you know, screw it, might as well. I'm enjoying myself, and yeah, seriously, there was not a moment in the day, I think, but there was probably a collective hour, maybe 2, in the past 12, where something wasn't exporting, or where it wasn't being recorded. And me doing math, I know obviously what like most of the time was. It was exporting. I'm uploading tonight's video now, which I did record today. And yeah, let's just say, even if college does throw my plans off, I don't think I'm going to need that many. Seriously, I could go away for a very like long period of time and content would resume as normal. Like obviously dates in game would like reveal things, but seriously, it was crazy. Like, would I recommend doing this? No. I think my voice is slightly going. Like I had to calculate. It's like a decent amount of video content in one day, shall we say? Again, like things where I could have probably done better is there was one point where I had to leave, pick someone up from somewhere, like my sister from school. Someone has to show up to pick them up, and the problem is just as I had to leave to like arrive just on time, export had like 5 minutes left, and that was like a 20-minute trip, so I could have probably like squeezed a few more minutes out of that. And there were a few others like where I was like, oh, the render's finished, I should probably get it, but I think like collectively 2 hours probably where stuff just wasn't happening at the very most. I think it was more closer to an hour. And yeah, obviously I'm counting this in that time as well. But yeah, it was interesting. There were, you know, videos where I was like, oh, I'm gonna cut through some things and edit. I've got one more video where I've got to do just that. Second to last video is exporting now. It's a decent way, and it's like probably 25% done. Should be done around, I was like 20 past 11, so it should be done before midnight in the next one. And it's a pretty quick edit I've got to make. And yeah, I will see you though on the follow-up part. I may sound dead. That if you want to count this as an actual video I also made in the day, even though I didn't edit it, I just recorded it. Count it as half a video, I suppose. Then feel free to. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the breakdown of the videos I made, and just if I'd say today was a success, so to speak. You see that time down there? 11:59 p.m. Day is just about to finish, and as you can see, our folder for video files isn't looking too bad, so I will go through this. But here's the proof that all these things have been exported today. Yeah, too big of a window, but yeah, as you can see, it's just at midnight. All of these have been put in here today. I suppose I just have to take my word for it, but the recording date for all of these was today. I wish I could actually get it shown. For example, Shenmue 2 if I was to go in properties. Yeah, as you can see, 9th of September, and that's when it finished rendering, which was seconds ago. And yeah, all of these, like, legit, pick another random one out of the ACNH, if I can actually select the thing. Like, ACCF, that's what went up today, as you can see, again, 9th of September finished rendering around that time. And yeah, that's, Right, so I know what you're thinking. How many videos did you end up making? Well, basically, the moment you saw that 10:30 AM clip end, I basically went straight up to my PC and recorded an episode of Shenmue 2. And I should have said, I probably could have squeezed in one extra recording if I was a little bit more efficient with my time. But the first thing I recorded was Shenmue 2. And I did come back and record another episode of that kind of a bit later in the day. And yeah, so that kind of brings up to 2 videos, which is, you know, nothing special. I record 2 videos in a day, like, all the time. You know, say I'm just really invested in a game where I want to get something done, which takes 2 episodes, you know, 2 episodes like that. And then after that, I decided, you know what? I'm going to play some Animal Crossing City Folk. It hadn't been posted for a while, so I was like, City Folk, take that off. Just went fishing for 20 minutes. It was pretty fun. And then, kind of shortly after that, I had to go for my lunch. So I rendered something out while I was having my lunch, and I ended up accidentally rendering out 2, which was fine, because I took forever to eat my lunch, and I had to look up like errors relating to Shenmue 2, because my save wasn't transferring over, for those of you wondering. So yeah, I had 2 videos rendered, and one of them still waiting to be rendered. And then just kind of after that, I came and recorded Sonic 06. Again, one of the series which hadn't been posted for a while, and I was like, you know what, screw it. That's actually pretty important, because when that comes to be rendered, that's the one that is rendered in I know it sounds like I'm having a stroke, but basically that's rendered in 1440p, 60 frames per second, while all the others are rendered in 1080p, 60 frames a second, which means that takes a bunch more longer time to render. And then after that, I decided to start working on the Minecraft Hardcore episode, which, and I know what you're thinking, probably wasn't the grandest call in the world. Around just before I started shooting Hardcore was when I took the second episode of Shenmue 2, but I started shooting Hardcore, and that took ages. This is where I think I could have saved some time. So this was around, I want to say 4 PM, so I'd also exported another video while I went to pick up my sister from school, and because it was just ending for my lunch, so I had my lunch around 2-ish, I want to say, and the lap over kind of like made it so I could have exported 3, but there was like 4 minutes left, and I had to set off so I wasn't late, so I could have probably got an extra 20 minutes of rendering in, and maybe squeezed an extra video out of that if I'm not being wrong. But yeah, I recorded another episode of Shenmue 2 once I was back from that, and I started working on the Minecraft Hardcore episode. And I have to say, it was a simple episode. It's already been out. It was the bot where I made a automatic melon farm. The problem is that making that melon farm was so much more complicated than I initially thought it to be. I thought, okay, it's going to be a bit tedious digging out the area, building the farm, but I'm going to get the timing right. And I had to basically come back a few hours later, realise the thing hadn't been harvested, and what I was using as a timer, if you go watch the episode, wasn't working. So I had to spend bloody ages figuring out how to make a hopper clock that worked and whatnot. But eventually it worked. So yeah, that's Minecraft Hardcore down, and I think the final thing I recorded in the whole day was Portal 2. Now, that looks both ways. I may be wondering why you're choosing Portal 2. For those of you who don't know, Portal 2 is basically that series which I tried to pre-record. I only recorded 1 episode, but the general idea is that whenever I need, say, a video because I'm going away on holiday or just I'm going away for a day or a week, I'm going to use Portal 2, which has been pre-recorded, weeks and months in advance, to fill that time. So I was like, I'll get Portal 2 in. It was pretty fun. And yeah, so overall that brings my total video count in the day to 7 videos. Unless you want to count this one, which was 8, but I'm shooting this the day after, so yeah, well, 7 videos. Honestly, I had fun doing it. Like, it was quite fun to always be having something to do, especially when, say when I was rendering something out, I'd watch YouTube, I ran out of things to watch, and, being able to just say, oh yeah, I'm kind of challenging myself to record a bunch of videos and export them today kind of gave me that little bit more to do. I definitely had a lot of fun recording things. Would I say I'm going to shift to recording 7 videos a day whenever I get the chance? No.